Well, not always a mistake, but just maybe something to say better. Alright, I wrote maybe 4 or 5 for each person. Hyunjung, you said good solution to them. Good solution for them. You said during few weeks after my wedding. During few weeks after my wedding. Usually we say for a few weeks after, blah blah blah. So for a few weeks after my wedding, I cooked food. For a few weeks after my surgery, I was very weak. For a few weeks after. You said at the first time. I forget what the situation was, but I wrote down, say at the beginning. I think you were talking about making food. At the first time, you would say the very first time when you're talking about this one specific instance. But if you're talking about numerous ones or a more longer period, at the beginning, near the beginning, at the end you said, I agree to the ideal decision. A lot of times we say I agree with the ideals. Or I agree with the ideals of the decision. Or just I agree with the ideals, but... And last one, it's not so really hard to get a big company. You cannot get a big company. You need to say to get a job with. You cannot get a company. Bori, after I quit the first working place, we would not, if you're calling it the working place, it sounds like you're talking about the area or the building. I would just say after I quit my first job. You said just kill the time at my home the whole day. I wrote down, just say, I just spent all day at home. I just spent all day at home. I just spend all day at home. When you use the phrase kill time, it is more used with like, I just killed time by surfing the internet, or like how are you just killing time with some activity, or I'm just killing time. Usually you would like associate with some activity, right? What did you do? Oh, I just played basketball to kill some time. I'm just watching TV, killing time, or something like that.
Doing something more.
It's just, or how do you, let's kill some time, or how do you kill some time? Yeah, like that. You said they not follow their major, they don't follow their major. You said, I used to eating that. Normally I prefer to eating that. So you're using on the ing when you don't need it. I used to eat that. Normally I prefer to eat that. So you made that one a couple times. And last one, very small one, but you said the phone, the cord. No, you called it the wire. Usually we would, when a wire is more like telephone wire or some very small electrical wire, or it can be used in other words, but in that sense, when it's like for power, we say a cord. Or even in that situation, the best one would probably just say my charger. My charger. But when it's plugging something into the wall or something, we usually call that a cord, not a wire. That's American English. British English, I'm not sure. I have to check. Suyeon, I scattered the ashes to the ocean, in the ocean. I just found out the topic for today. I would not use the word out. To find out is to hear some news. I just found a topic for today. You said 30% of the phone call has risen on the Mother's Day. Take out the, but the more importantly, instead of saying 30% of the phone call has risen, I would say the amount of phone calls increased, or it's every Mother's Day, so increases by 30% on Mother's Day. The amount of phone calls, use the word amount. The amount of phone calls increases by 30%. Many times you were using the word memorize. She wants to memorize her. Memorize. I would think you were confusing memorize with remember. She wants to remember her. And you said at the first time. At the first time. We usually just say the first time, or I wrote down to just say originally. I think that you were talking about Mother's Day. Originally, blah, blah, blah. And Ted, there was no table topic, so you said, I will. You need to say, I will do it, or I will talk, I will blah blah blah. I invited my parents-in-law. It's completely fine, but usually we say mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law. But if we're just talking about the parents, for some reason, usually we just say my in-laws. My in-laws. No parent, and you're definitely talking about your parents-in-law. It's much more common to say that. I don't know why. My in-laws.
Just in-laws.
Means your parent, your mother-in-law and father-in-law together. If you're